And welcome inside the Backstage Pass. Of course, here KKTC, True Country, 99.9 out there too in Taos, New Mexico, and up into our friends in Colorado, up there near Pueblo, and of course out there, hightidecountry.net in Oklahoma and worldwide out there too. And our friends over there at the sportsguyspodcast.com. Counting down those days. I think it's like 35 days until we get up there back to Nashville, Tennessee for CMA Fest 2024, June 6th to the 9th. We're pleased to welcome on one of my featured artists of the day. We actually played the current single out there called The Timing Was On. Danni Stefanetti to the program. Danni, how you doing?
Oh, thank you, Brandon. Thank you for having me. Your show is amazing, and it's great to be here.
Well, good to be here, too. And I always say from our friends down under, from all the way Perth, Australia, for being there, too. Hey, I want to get your journey in this thing called music, because a lot of people, Danni, they take chances when they do this. They give up something, graduate high school, cash all the chips, cash them in, move to Nashville, get it all done out there too. What was your journey like, and how did you kind of find out that music was your calling?
My journey was when I was 8 years old. I picked up the guitar, and I was a bad dancer. I took to the guitar immediately. I haven't put it down since. And then fast forward, I was doing gigs throughout Australia with my dad. Good on dad. Like, he was my roadie, my stage manager, my security, like everything, and we just had a really good time through the outback of Australia, and cut to a couple of years of doing that. And then I moved to America by myself with 2 guitars and a suitcase. And here I am living in the desert of California. I was in LA, but the pandemic hit. And you know what? I'm really loving it out here in the desert. We just had Stagecoach and Coachella. And I'm just having a great time out here performing my own music. I made an album, and yeah, that's what we've been up to. Yeah.
You got some good things going on too, including, you were talking about it today. We're just emailing back and forth, and Mark Farner, the Grand Funk Railroad, who I've had here on this program, you're actually going to open for him this weekend. Yeah, Mark was a great conversation we've talked to here on the show, and just a legend in the music business. Tell me about that. What an honor that is to open for such a legend on a big stage.
Legendary, yeah. Grand Funk Railroad. Mark Farner in such a renowned rock and roll band, and it was a real honor to get asked, because we've been getting the set ready the last couple of weeks for the show, and checking all the pedals and all the AV and everything. And I'm so pumped for that show. It's such a cool lineup with TLR, special guest as well.
Yep.
And Mark Farner, I've got a rock and roll set in store, because I got introduced to Mark's music only a couple of weeks ago, and I was blown away. So that's going to be a great time.
Talk about this female movement for me a little bit in country music too, because there's just so many great artists doing their thing out there. Lainey Wilson, Carly Pierce, Megan Maroney, all these ladies in country music, if you want to call it female empowerment, whatever movement it is now too, for the first time probably in, 25, 30 years since the 90s country era came through. What does that mean for country music, and especially for ladies to kind of now getting some of the recognition they deserve?
Yeah, I heard that a lot of the females weren't getting played as much on country radio, but the girls are on fire right now. But we've always had Shania and Dolly Parton and Loretta Lynn, so many great ones. But yeah, the girls that are coming out right now are Epic and the CMT Women of Country. I definitely keep an eye on it, and I just love what they're doing. Lainey Wilson and her rock and roll outlaw country, and it's just fun. They're putting a pop spin, and other genres are coming into country, which I really dig.
Yeah, I love that too. And also too, so many great Australian artists such as yourself kind of making their mark on Nashville and moving over here too, and kind of creating a little bit of that buzz too, because I've interviewed a lot of great Australian artists here on this program, and it's just been fun to talk to so many that they're doing their thing down there too. Some of them are living in Nashville now, and some, of course, back in their home country too as well. What does that mean as far as coming from your country, being native from there too, and seeing all these great artists come over and make an impact here in country music here in the States?
It's really cool to see other Aussies come out to Nashville and do their thing and survive and play their music and make it work in a different, totally different market. And you have to leave your family and friends and everything. So I don't know. I think it's wild. And I haven't met too many Aussies out here, but when I do, we definitely stick together,
Yeah. One of the ones that's coming to mind right now too, a good friend of mine over there too. She's killing it and has on a few charts. Haley Jensen has done some really cool things over there too in Australia too at the same time.
Yes, I heard of her.
lot of charts over there too, and so much great talent over there too, even in Nashville that I've gotten to talk to too. Well, let's dive into this latest single, but
Yes.
before I talk about it, I want to have you play it for us here on the
Sure.
Backstage Pass. The timing was on. The timing is right now too as well for Danni to take over the program and perform for us. So let's hear it.
Yeah. I don't know what it's like to tell you my heart and tell you my life. I don't know what it's like to be with you now and hold you tonight. I'll try to write this song and maybe I'll go another day. Maybe you'll hear my song and all of these feelings will stay. But if the timing was off by just 1 second, if the timing was off, I would have never met you. But if the timing was wrong, I'm so glad that it wasn't. 'Cause the reason that I wrote this song is the timing's on. Now I know how to laugh when you're not far away. You're here with me, babe. Now I know who to call if my world fell to pieces or you catch my fall. I'll try to write this song and maybe I'll go another day. Maybe you'll hear my song and all of these feelings will stay. But anyway, if the timing was off by just 1 second, if the timing was off, I would have never met you. But if the timing was wrong, I'm so glad that it wasn't. 'Cause the reason that I wrote this song is the timing was on. Whoa. If it was off by a second, I wouldn't know your name. If it was off by a second, how my life would have changed. Now I know what it's like to tell you my heart and tell you my life. Now I know what it's like to be with you now and hold you tonight. Hey. And hold you tonight. And I'll try to write this song. Yeah, I'll try to write this song. 'Cause the timing was
Right there, it's Danni Stefanetti here on the Backstage Pass. The timing was on. We played it this morning out there at KKTC. True Country 99.9. Catch the show tonight from 6 to 7 o'clock in prime time via the LMNOC streaming app in your car, 99.9 out there in New Mexico, Colorado, and always HighTideCountry.net. Before I take a time out and a break here to pay some bills here on the show, I'm going to go across the pond to England. David tunes in. He's asking, watching from Cumbria there. And so, Danni, which songs do you enjoy singing? And tell us about the guitar you're using and how important is the guitar to you when you're writing and performing? Always love that question.
Hi, David. Thanks for tuning in. And it's nice to hear someone's from England. I love you guys out there. How important is a guitar when I'm writing songs? Well, it's a pivotal part of my songwriting process, the guitar, because without it, I don't even know if I'd be a songwriter without the guitar. Like, I feel like 90% of my songs come from me playing chords and a riff first. That's the way I write. So it's very important to me. Yeah, extremely.
Well, I know you wrote another one that I really enjoyed when I was going through the archives there, which was really amazing too. You got me thinking of you. Talk to us about that one and the writing of that one, which was a single before the current single, The Timing, was on. Tell us about that one.
Yeah. So I co-produced this whole album with my manager, Jeffrey Panzer, who's an executive in the music business and TV business. And anyway, he came up with this, "You got me thinking of you," like phrase. And I said, and we thought, you know what, maybe that's a song. So I had these chords in mind that were very Beatlistic. And then I called him up and said, "Hey, I think this is turning into a song." And then we wrote the bridge together, and here we are. That was the first single we released off the record, Danni's Diamonds. And it did like 11 weeks, the number one on It Is Now Radio in the UK. And it's done really well out there, which is epic.
That's an appreciation too. And I'll take a break coming back. I got to talk to you about that because I always want to go over to the UK and catch some of the festivals over there too, because they say country music fans are so much committed over there, just as much as people that come to like a CMA Fest and that kind of thing. So we'll dive into that too. But quick time out for our sponsors here. And of course, thank them for sponsoring CMA Fest 2024 out there too. A quick word from our sponsors out there too, for our sponsors, KKTC, True Country 99.9, and of course, HighTideCountry.net. And always out there, the Sports Guys Podcast.com. Quick time out. Stay tuned. More to come with Danni Stefanetti on the Backstage Pass.
Ever thought about owning your own business? Tanya Lapsley-Cockett did. She decided a little over 5 years ago that she was going to be an entrepreneur, so she started her travel business. Tanya is married and works a full-time job. Her business has given her amazing opportunities. Not only does she get to help people create memories by booking their vacations, sporting and entertainment tickets, rental cars, etc., but it has also allowed her to help other families create legacy income. The travel industry is extremely lucrative and is an $8 trillion industry. The travel industry is projected to earn in excess of $15 trillion over the next 10 years. The travel industry pays its professionals up to 70 to 80% commission on the travel that they book for themselves and their clients. As a travel business owner, Tanya books travel and teaches others how to own and operate their own travel business. She is a director in training on the marketing side of her business, where she has helped over 90 families start their own businesses. If you're interested in owning your own travel business, please contact Tanya at 917-743-1199 or at ladytlc3555@me.com.
The Caden Gordon Show. Today's best country mix is a 2-hour show playing independent and mainstream country music you know and love. Be sure to check it out at thecadengordonshow.com for more information on the show.
Go behind the scenes with some of the biggest artists in music today with the Backstage Pass, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. Join Brandon Morrill and his co-host Kirsty Krause as they talk to rising stars and legends about their music careers. Listen to their latest tracks and learn fun facts about the men and women behind the music you love. And be sure to tune into the Backstage Pass Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. And welcome into the Backstage Pass.
The Bangtail pour is comprised of a sweet corn mash base. The front has a subtle sweetness and not too sharp. It has notes of a medium char or white oak for a smoky flavor in the middle, and the tail has a super smooth and warm finish.
And back here on the show again, too. If you're looking for the best in country Christian music, look no further. My friend Jonathan Bond out there, Grammy-nominated singer-songwriter, too, as well. JonathanBond.com. Click the link below. Go right to the YouTube channel there on the screen for the people watching live, or just JonathanBond.com. Easy place to find that out there, too. Back here with Danni Stefanetti on the show. The timing was on. The timing is good today for the Backstage Pass here, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com and out there at HighTideCountry.net. And tonight, always 6 to 7 o'clock prime time, Mountain Time, on KKTC True Country 99.9. You know, I love the single, and I wanted to ask you about that too.
Thank
It's
you.
funny how things can slip your mind when you're doing one of these type of shows.
Yeah.
The single, the writing of it, man, so many good lyrics in it too. Who did you get to work with on this latest single, The Timing Was On?
That was co-produced by Jeffrey Panzer and I, and I did all this like orchestration. I was learning how to engineer and produce, and we did that together. And it has that cinematic, like orchestral vibe. It's got drums, it's got like actually 4 layers of drums and bass, and a lot going on with the guitar playing on that one. But it was a song I wrote like a couple of years ago, and we put it on my Live at Big Bear album. But then we realized it could be a more rocky production, you know, not just an acoustic song. And that's when we put it on the new record and reproduced it and everything.
No, it's great. I love
It's a very
song.
special song.
It's very special too. It really has a good meaning to it too, and I just love it because it just takes you on that ride of saying something was not there, and then something can magically kind of appear, depending on kind of how people are looking at that song too as well. Because as you know, timing is everything in this world today too. So at least what I got from it too was just it's not meant to be now, but then it could always come back. But then, like I said, it reminded me of a song when one door closes, another one opens.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's that concept of serendipity, and you know, when you're walking through Manhattan or New York and you meet, like, you can lock eyes with the person you fall in love with, or even an opportunity. Like if you're off by just a second, you might not have got that opportunity, but you may have. So it's more of a positive, like you end up getting the opportunity. That's what happens in my life anyway.
Walk us through All the World to See was last March. You guys had put that out too, and I loved the title track to it. Take us through that. And there was one called Bless My Heart, I believe was on there too, right?
Yeah, that was recorded back in Perth. Actually, I had that for a couple of years. I just didn't release it. So, yeah, I was thrilled to finally put that out there. All the World to See, Change the Color of My Sky, Crazy for Loving You. And we ended up including that on Danni's Diamonds, Crazy for Loving You, because it got such a great reaction from the video. And I remember getting like a banjo player and some of Perth's top session players to play on that record. It was a really great. Yeah, but Live at Big Bear has done the best out of anything I've ever released. And I can't even believe how well that was received, that record.
You know, I've talked to a lot of the great hit songwriters here on the show too, Danni. And one of the things they tell me is just, you know, stepping in a room and being able to put like minds together and get in there and kind of decide on what is kind of the feel of the day, what's the hook, how to put together a good song, how to formulate that a little bit. And two heads are better than one. Do you enjoy the process of writing, or do you kind of enjoy like when it's over and the song is kind of created?
The way I write songs, like how I wrote Danni's Diamonds, the whole album was written in 2 afternoons. I wrote about 12 songs in 2 afternoons, and then I took them to Jeffrey as voice memos. And yeah, some riffs were missing in there, and the structures the arrangements weren't quite there, but I literally was on a writing binge where song after the next were just coming out. I was putting the capo on and they were writing themselves. I was singing. That's how I write, very prolifically. And usually most of my songs come between 5 to 15 minutes, and it's like a stream of consciousness. So sometimes I actually find it difficult to be given a time to go and co-write with someone when that's not the way I do it. The way I do it is I grab a coffee and I'm in my room and I just feel like that, and that's how the song comes out. But the cool thing about working with Jeff was that I kind of got it almost there, and then we make it, arrange it together, and then it's like that's easier for me because it feels like it's already come from the heart. I've already got it where I like it. That's the way I like to do it, but everybody's different.
Talk to me about the best part of just being an artist. I know it's a lot of work behind the scenes, because I know from what I do on some of the management side, some booking, things like that can be a headache. But then the fun time is when you're on the air and actually doing the shows here for me. But as far as going through all of that challenge a little bit, the work that goes into it. But I know at the flip of the coin, Danni, there's always got to be a positive side that comes out. What's the best part of being a musician?
The best part of being a musician is getting to connect with people, especially after my live shows. I love the fact that you get to, people come up to you and tell you their stories, or that, hey, I got like a memory because of your song, or different things. That makes my day. Getting the energy back from the crowd when I'm singing to them, and seeing little kids, or like, yeah, I got like some girls that I used to like mentor singing with, and then like they're coming down to my show on Saturday with their parents, And like, it's just a thrill to see other people are inspired by what you're doing. And I think that's the biggest thrill as a musician. And I think that's why we do it. We put in all the behind the scenes, all the traveling, all the office work, marketing and all that. But in the end, it all comes back to those moments of when people connect with your song. And I think that's why we do it. And that's why I do it.
And the love of it too as well, and that passion, no doubt about it too. And just like you said, connecting with those fans. That's what I love doing with this radio show too, connecting with a lot of fans, hearing their feedback and what they like, what they don't, what they want me to change. So constructive criticism is cool. And hey, if they want me to go after an artist, to interview a certain artist out there too that's globally known or nationally known or worldwide or something, because the show is listened to worldwide out there too, in Australia and England, UK, all over the world, Canada, here in the States. So it's just a lot of it's a cool thing. Let's see if we got any more comments coming in from the YouTube channel today too as well. Great vibe with Danny. Charlie Hill says, yep. That's true, no doubt about it. You get that vibe too, and just that great personality that she has too. Well, I know you have one more for us here to play, and I'm going to ask you about the 17 Stars, the live out there too, which is released last year in February too. But take it away. What are we going to hear?
Well, that probably suits your show because it has Christian country in it. The 17 Stars. So I was just noticing that on the bottom there. And so you got me thinking of you. That was that's just a fun pop song that's just, I just love opening a set with it. It's just, I didn't think too hard about that one. It just came out the way it is, you know?
No doubt too. Well, I tell you what, let's have you play another one here for us here on the show. And then we'll come back and put a little rapid fire there too with some questions and some fun stuff there too. And yeah, Jeff, she's got an amazing attitude. Love that out there too as well. Keep the comments coming. We'll get to some more of them too. It's all yours.
How is the guitar level out there for everybody? Is it good?
Can hear it. We're good. Oh yeah, she's real rocking out here on the show.
Okay. It's a Tuesday. Drink my coffee. Watch the TV. Go to the city. Watch a movie. You got me thinking. Whoa. You got me thinking of you again and again. You got me thinking of you again and again. You're going round in my head. Are we just friends? You got me thinking of you. We'd eat breakfast for dinner. You'd always tell me I'm a winner. Ain't seen ya in a hot minute. You got me thinking. Whoa, you got me thinking of you again and again. You got me thinking of you again and again. You're going round in my head. Are we just friends? You got me thinking of you. Now when I'm feeling all alone, just wanna hear your voice on the phone. I get this feeling deep inside, it makes me come alive. Come alive, alright. Got me thinking of you again and again. You got me thinking of you again and again. You're going round in my head. Oh, you just friends. You got me thinking of you. Here we go. You got me thinking of you again and again. Got me thinking of you again and again. You're going round in my head. I can't go to bed. You got me thinking of you.
I love it too. He was saying out there too. Levels are good, no doubt, with that guitar. Get some comments from the YouTube channel out there too. Danni Stefanetti here on the Backstage Pass, KKTC, True Country, 99.9, always featuring the best artists out there and playing the best music. And of course, out there, friends at hightidecountry.net. We'll take a final timeout, come back, rapid fire coming up, and still some more music to talk about here on the show here too as well. And some more exciting announcements coming up over the next few weeks as we prepare for Nashville again, CMA Fest 2024, June 6th to the 9th. But if you're looking for that best in Christian country music, look no further. My buddy Grammy-nominated recording artist, too, Jonathan Bond out there. Check out the website, jonathanbond.com. Click the link there you see on the screen, of course, and go right to the YouTube channel. It has a lot of subscribers, and we talk daily. Got a lot of good messages out there, written a lot of great songs, collaborated with a lot of great artists in the industry out there, so check out Jonathan Bond. Quick time out here, more to come here. Danni Stefanetti, it is the Backstage Pass, KKTC, True Country 99.9, and our friends at HighTideCountry.net. Stay tuned.
The Bangtail pour is comprised of a sweet corn mash base. The front has a subtle sweetness and not too sharp. It has notes of a medium char or white oak for a smoky flavor in the middle, and the tail has a super smooth and warm finish.
Go behind the scenes with some of the biggest artists in music today with the Backstage Pass, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. Join Brandon Morrill and his co-host Kirsty Krause as they talk to rising stars and legends about their music careers. Listen to their latest tracks and learn fun facts about the men and women behind the music you love. And be sure to tune into the Backstage Pass Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. And welcome into the Backstage Pass.
Ever thought about owning your own business? Tanya Lapsley-Cockett did. She decided a little over 5 years ago that she was going to be an entrepreneur, so she started her travel business. Tanya is married and works a full-time job. Her business has given her amazing opportunities. Not only does she get to help people create memories by booking their vacations, sporting and entertainment tickets, rental cars, etc., but it has also allowed her to help other families create legacy income. The travel industry is extremely lucrative and is an $8 trillion industry. The travel industry is projected to earn in excess of $15 trillion over the next 10 years. The travel industry pays its professionals up to 70 to 80% commission on the travel that they book for themselves and their clients. As a travel business owner, Tanya books travel and teaches others how to own and operate their own travel business. She is a director in training on the marketing side of her business, where she has helped over 90 families start their own businesses. If you're interested in owning your own travel business, please contact Tanya at 917-743-1199 or at ladytlc3555@me.com.
The Kate Gordon Show is a 2-hour show playing the best in country music. So check it out at thekatengordonshow.com. Again, that is thekatengordonshow.com.
And also thanks to our friends at Supcraft Barbecue in Taos, some of the best barbecue in Taos County. Appreciate that. They do our artist spotlights every morning there in Taos. KKTC, True Country 99.9. It's good barbecue too. How do I know? Well, I'm from Texas, eating a lot of barbecue, and you can't go wrong too as well out there in Taos County with Supcraft Barbecue, SUP Craft Barbecue. Love them. Appreciate them joining the show here on the Backstage Pass. Countdown's on to CMA Fest 2024, June 6th to the 9th. In beautiful Nashville, Tennessee. We're going to be busy, no doubt about it, and more good stuff to come, including going backstage at the Grand Ole Opry. So subscribe to the YouTube channel out there too, and to our friends out there too at the SportsGuysPodcast.com, a grand slam of sports and music. Back here with Danni Stefanetti on the program. You know, I got to ask you about this. We Are the Music Makers. I love the title of that album, first of all, too. And one of my favorite ones on there was Do No Wrong. I thought they just had a good feel for a song like that too. Talk about just some of the best memories of putting out that music, especially that particular song.
That was a good time in my life. That was 2012. And my friend had a studio down there in Leadville. And a whole group of us, you know, we were like young and so young. And we just like all crashed there and had good times and pizza and made music. And I actually had a producer come from Tokyo and record my original songs for that EP. And I remember being inspired by Willy Wonka at the time, and that's where We Are the Music Makers. But I was using glockenspiel, and I think like someone kind of cut my fringe when I was asleep, and I wrote. It was a funny time, and I think we were. I was going through my crazy stage. I remember. I was watching Willy Wonka, and those songs were like just so. I was using all these crazy instruments, and I had a good time doing that record. I even a violin bow and was
Really?
playing the guitar with it. Yep, for black piano. Yeah, I was just trying all different things for that record.
Mm-hmm. I love it too. You've also got a collaboration you were telling me about a little bit earlier today. The great William Lee Golden and the Goldens, of course, with the Oak Ridge Boys. He's been around for a long time too. Talk about this
Yes.
collaboration too, and I know a lot of people want to know about this.
Yeah. So last time I was in Nashville, I really want to get back there soon, was in October. And William Lee Golden's managed by my manager as well. And they're best friends. And it was just like such a treat. William was writing this poem and then invited me to be part of it and finish the song, put some chords and all to it. And then we ended up with 2 songs. And I was so excited. Like, I already had the track ready for him, and I was able to stay at their place and put the music together and get his vocal. And then I probably might have to go back and maybe we can film some things together. But we were doing a duet and mainly like writing some songs together and getting it all down. And yeah, and then when I was there, he invited me to come on the tour bus and cameo in the new Alvaro video, which is really cool. Like, there was Kid Rock on the set and like a lot of other cool names. So I can't wait for that to come out too, the Alvaro.
A lot of good stuff right there too, and of course collaborating with one of the best in the business. All right, let's have a little fun here, a little rapid fire, so we'll see what comes out of this too from this. I know for me, Danny, I finally got the hot chicken on at Hattie B's when I was there, the original one on Broadway. Now, not a lot of people aren't just hot chicken fans, but I did go there and started at the medium, so it was like a step or two above of where like they say it's kind of like you're gonna,
you're making me hungry.
I do, but it's a good flavor there too when it comes down to it. But I love the medium because it had that perfect just shot of, sweet spice right there too at the same time, the impact, but it wasn't like too hot. Are you a hot chicken fan, and have you tried some in Nashville?
I'm half Italian, so I love spicy anything. So, but yeah, I have tried Nashville, and they give you like a whole chicken on your plate. You're like, geez, the portions are huge. And I haven't been to Texas yet, but I heard that the portions there are big. So I have had the chicken. I've had the chicken wings as well.
Mm-hmm.
The barbecue. Oh, the barbecue is so good in Nashville.
I love it too. I know you've also got some really cool news coming up too as well. I know here coming up in a few days, they're going to announce the nominees for the Josie Music Awards as well, if they haven't already too, with people doing some stuff with that too. That's going to take place. I think it's the 10th year or 11th year coming up at the Opry House coming up this fall too as well. So I'm not sure if you were in those categories, but the Josie Music Awards, always a fun time to come up there. It's at the Grand Ole Opry every year, and it's amazing the categories they put in there for all the award shows. So I did want to mention that to people out there that have a connection to or have heard about the Josie Music Awards, which is a great foundation to support independent artists out there too. And I know that we got nominated for it as a show, so we should be hearing about that.
Oh, great.
To see if we got the radio station DJ of the year. And of course, I know today was the voting aspect for the International Songwriters Association, which is last day to vote. I was in a category there, so it's hard to keep track of.
Congratulations.
If you were connected to that too as well, congrats to you for being nominated, or if not, definitely I know your music is just going to be rub off.
The Josies, I actually won a multi-genre female vocalist of the year at the Opry there last year.
Yeah,
and, I was like blown away. I was like, vocalist? Because I usually see myself as, playing the guitar, I was like, vocalist, okay.
All right, give me some favorite shows to kind of binge watch. What do you like to binge watch out there when it comes to programs? Anything.
Okay, I'm going to go way back. I love One Tree Hill, Seinfeld, and really love Elaine and Jerry. And what else? A bit of Bold and the Beautiful. Why not?
Well,
I haven't watched TV in so long. I don't even own a TV anymore.
All right, back over in the home country was, and I say football because they can say football however they want to say it too as well. But I love it because it's such a, what's that?
Footy.
Was that big for you? Did you get to go out and watch some games? And if so, who was your favorite team back over there in person?
The Eagles. They're our big team on the West Coast. Yeah, my brother plays. My brother played footy, and so does my cousin. So they love their footy. The guys love their footy in Australia.
They have to love it, no doubt about it. All right, if Danny was not a working musician, what other career path would you have taken?
I'll probably be a painter, an artist.
All right, I can see that too as well. You got the artistry deep down in the heart, and it's such a great soul too. I love it. And this latest single, the timing is on, is just fantastic across all those digital platforms. I love it so much out there too. And again, all the songs we've talked about today, the timing was on, and everything else out there too as well is available across all those streaming platforms, digital streaming platforms out there too. Give her some spins, the plays, all that stuff, because hey, every musician loves a little bit of mailbox money when they can get it to out there from the streaming world on Spotify, Apple Music, or whatever you use out there. Again, the timing was on. The current single, can't wait for some more new music to come out. If you get to CMA Fest, feel free to give me a holler, because I'd love to make the connection to come out to see you play, and just to see you in person would be fantastic. Danni Stefanetti here on the Backstage Pass. Thanks so much for being with us. Hope you had fun.
Thank you very much. So if you want me to play 17 Stars, because
yeah, let's do. You know what? Let's do that. Let's go out
too.
with a song. How about that? Let's do it.
Yeah,
17 Stars. It's all yours. You play it.
Well, and I want to thank you so much for supporting indie artists like myself. And you've now become one of my koala bears, I call all supporters. Koala bears, okay?
Danny
so
speaking.
Thank you,
I love
Brandon.
that too.
I love what you're doing, and you guys have a ripper week.
Got it. Here we go.
Let's check this out. There we go. Love the way that we argue on a Monday. It only takes 2 hours before we make up by Monday, and I don't need flowers. People are so divided, but I know who you are, and we don't need titles, babe. Just be who you are. I got 17 stars above me, and a God who really loves me. We'll start a family in the summertime. I got a house by the river, and neighbor country next to it. The world could be falling, but I've got a lot of faith. Got a lot of faith in you. Yeah. Call me back on Friday. You've been out of town. All the theaters and bars are closing, even your favorite restaurant downtown. People are so divided, but I know who you are, and we don't need titles, baby. Just be who you are. Come on. I got 17 stars above me, and a God who really loves me. We'll start a family in the summertime. I got a house by the river, and neighbor country next to it. The world could be falling, but I got a lot of faith. I used to read the stars, but you made them. I used to read the stars. Now I look to you. I used to read the stars, but you made them. I used to read the stars. Now I look to you. I got 17 stars above me. Do you guys love me? We'll start a family in the summertime. I got a house by the river, and neighbor country next to it. The world could be falling, but I got a lot of faith. Oh yeah, sing it at home. I got a lot of faith. Oh, I got a lot of faith. Got a lot of faith in you. Yeah.
That's how you do it right here on the Backstage Pass too. I'm glad to have met you too as well. Thanks so much for reaching out to me. And the music is fantastic. I'm glad to be one of the koalas now too as well. Danny speaking right there too behind her. Love the sign. Appreciate you guys tuning in too. Again, go check out the single if you haven't already. The timing was on across all the digital streaming platforms out there too. Can't wait for more music. Anytime you're welcome back here on the program too to support your brand, support your music, and to promote anything we'd like to promote too as well. Because I love your sound, love your vibes, and just your personality is just infectious. It really is.
Oh, well, thank you, Brandon. You have an amazing afternoon, and I hope I can get out to Nashville and meet you all out there.
It'd be cool to meet the entire team. No doubt about it. Fingers crossed there, too. Danni Stefanetti here on the Backstage Pass, thanks to the CadenGordonShow.com and our friends at Bangtail Whiskey, of course, Jonathan Bond, JonathanBond.com, the best in country Christian music, and, of course, Sup Craft Barbecue, the best barbecue in Taos County. We'll see you guys back here in a little bit. 20 coming on the show, UK British artist out there too. 20's doing some big things in Nashville with a beautiful song she's put out called The Greatest Love Story. Back here in a little bit here on the Backstage Pass. And more shows to come this week on the Backstage Pass, KKTC True Country 99.9 in Taos. And, of course, out there too, HighTideCountry.net and powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. We'll see you soon. Have a great night.